going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here. We're going to talk a little bit about Overwatch here now. You know, the beta's done. It's all over with. And I gave you my early thoughts and impressions. I did go ahead and I purchased the game for various reasons. And we'll talk about that quickly. And then I'll get into some tips here that may help you if you've actually purchased the game and are waiting for the game to come out and release on the 24th. Or if you're still thinking about it and whatnot. So that's what I'm going to try to discuss here. Just got some footage left over from the Overwatch beta in the background. So first off, I mean, the game, tip number one, and it kind of lays in line with everything, is communication is key. Teamwork is key in this game. It's a very team-orientated game, okay? Now with that said, having a game community, such as the Night Owls gaming community, having a clan, just as the Nog Army and whatnot, having others that I know will actually purchase the game within the community and that have, and we have a group of us, it made it much easier for me to purchase this because I know already a group of people that I'm going to be able to play the game with and enjoy the game. We'll be able to get really good together as a team because, you know, we've played with each other for so many years. So that makes things a little bit easier. We'll find out which hero is best for who, you know, what is best played in what situation, that type of stuff, swapping different heroes over and over until we all kind of gel perfectly, and we can run these missions or these battles against each other, whether it be just for fun against the AI in heavy, you know, whether it be the weekly event that goes on with this randoms, or whether it be, you know, player versus player, whether it be ranked match, it doesn't really matter. But issue, you know, tip number one here is key, right? Key is communication. A lot of ways to communicate, obviously. This is not a one-man game, one-man army type of game. Your kill death spread, it's pretty much meaningless in here. Yeah, at the end of the mission, you get to vote on each other's, you know, based off of the stat cards or whatever, and I think that's kind of stupid. You know, when they're making a team-based game, at the end, everybody kind of is picking for whoever they want type of thing. Whatever, who cares? I mean, what's that get you? A skin or something a little bit quicker than everybody else? You know what I'm saying? But it's all about communicating. There's many ways you can communicate. They've got, you know, voice, you've got emotes, you've got general phrases that they've already put in keybinds in the game. So if you're not one that wants to use a microphone, you can use those emotes and general key phrases. You can obviously pop up the text and chat quickly. If you're pretty quick at typing, you can do it that way. If you're in a group, if you're in a clan, if you've got a, you know, group of friends, you guys have a voice server, obviously use the voice server. Check out the Overwatch forums. Look around for other players, you know, get involved in that respect. You'll find other players looking for other people that they can play with, that they can, you know, form a friendship with and enjoy the game. And make it a good team-based game, because that's what it's all going to be about in the end. In the long run, it's all going to be about playing as a team. It's your wins or your loses as a team, victories or defeats. You know what I'm saying? And if you get defeated too many times, you're going to get down on yourself, and it's going to happen. I mean, don't get me wrong. When you first started, it's going to happen. You're gonna lose a lot because you're still learning your hero. Okay. Another tip is going to be working on your reflexes. So, a couple things that you've got here. Overwatch is kind of like a return to the older FPS style games. It's more kind of like an Unreal Tournament or Quake type of thing versus like COD and Halo in that respect. So your reactions and your reaction times have to be fast, have to be good, have to be quick. And that'll come with playing more and more over time, of course. And getting to know your heroes better and playing them more often, deciding which is your strong parts, that type of thing. But for me, one of the things that helps me out, I think in this case, and this is just from me because I am a keyboard and mouse player, is that using a keyboard and mouse in this style of game is actually going to be better than using a controller, because the controller can kind of slow down your performance a bit in this regards. Now, of course, you can also relate this to Team Fortress type of gameplay, because that's basically the category that it falls in. So now we've got more than just Team Fortress in the hero shooter category. Is it much different? I don't know if I'd say it's much different. It's different, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't know what you... It all depends. I mean, if you burned yourself out on TF, then you may or may not want to play this right away. But this is definitely different from those few characters and heroes or characters you can play in Team Fortress versus now it's a little more in detail, of course. But it's still the same concept. You gotta work as a team. So there is that. But for me, my recommendation is keyboard and mouse. But I think personally, whatever is your favorite, what you play the strength of. If you're best on a controller, get on the controller. If you're best on the keyboard and mouse, get on the keyboard and mouse. High sensitivity settings are probably your best in this regards, being able to reflect and react quickly. And I'm not going to say that I'm perfect at it, but you know, I only had a few days in the beta, but I'm going to have a lot more time in the regular game. Also, the play of the game at the end of the game, it means nothing. This is another quick tip for you. It really doesn't mean anything other than the game picking out the #1 play of the game for everybody to watch. You know, multi-kill, sweep play, pull off, that type of thing. You can click in there and go watch your highlight and see how well you did on a highlight reel. That's cool too. You can do that. But it doesn't really mean anything. It's just there for whatever it is. It doesn't even have to be the first place person that gets the play of the game. So just remember that it's just there for animations, you know, for something, for kicks, that type of thing. You know, and another big tip here would be to not hesitate to change characters, change heroes, change them often for several reasons. One, you want to learn how to play them all, and I recommend when you're learning how to play them all, you go in there against the AI. Teammates with the AI, it at least gives you a chance to play them and not feel like you're getting your ass whooped, if you will, against other people that already know the characters and heroes much better than you, or have been playing a little bit longer than you. Okay, at least it gives you some basics, allows you to work out some kinks, some problems that you may see yourself facing with that particular hero, so you can bring them into the regular PvP and feel a little more comfortable. Okay, along with that, because of the way the gameplay is, and it being very team-based, having the ability to play multiple heroes is going to work well with your team. Everybody can swap in and out based off the actions of what's going on, because the game can change dramatically based off the maps they're on, the situation you're in, and it's going to be different characters for different things. So consistently being able to change and grow and adapt to that is going to be key to this game. At times you're going to feel like some heroes are more overpowered than others, and that isn't necessarily the case. You know, it may just be a lack of you understanding that particular hero, and I've fallen for that in many missions, don't get me wrong. So you gotta have that understanding. Now that's not to say that there aren't issues, that's not to say that there wasn't some known cheats going on, and people having like aim bots and sight snaps going on inside, but that was like a 1% of the community. I think overall everything was very good, very smooth in the beta, very well done, and looking forward to a lot down the road. Gameplay was smooth, never had an issue in multiplayer sessions of anything below 75 frames a second for me, and that was with a fully loaded setup, you know, 6-on-6. So I think that respect is very good. The servers were solid in that part. But just a couple key tips, some things to think of. Lots that we'll go over when the game does come out. I'm going to try to get into each and every single hero separately, kind of discuss strengths and weaknesses as I see it from my end, maybe as the player base sees it as well. You know, just to kind of help you out if you're into it. Appreciate you tuning in, checking it out, and I'll catch you guys soon. Thanks for watching as always.